要去水精灵。现在被锁在只能去水精灵的军度，都不能去其他地方了。诶，先有个加号，谁啊？哦，巨大水缸。水晶自制灵。
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. The new boy.
哦哦，诶，所以进来之后就全开放了吗？哎，真的耶！那我要去解支线。啊，我看一下，前面也有个支线，先去解前面领的，累积太多支线了。
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Bang is gone. The whole mother crystal gone. My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him, he has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from...
Ah, you know Lady Karen.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to any...
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet and every ill-gotten coin in Dallas.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence.
That will be very
Farewell.
So,
Let's go. Faster.
这该不会是讨伐怪吧？
Be safe.
哦，还真的是呢。第一集应该可以吧？
Well, Clive. Looks like you're gonna need an even bigger sword.
啊！结果我的那个直接没了。哦，可以换能力的。战斗手法下 ，OK。 冰枪很讨厌的。 哦，他要做什么？看不到，看不到，看不到。哦，我那个接没了。哦，我第一次挡到了。
It should have stayed in its shell.
We've got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off! Go to it! Get him! Go to it! Let's try. To me, blades! Slow.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing. All right.
I hear I have you to thank. What shall I call you?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name. Well, Wyvern, Redeem here tells me you wished for an...
A few moments of your time should suffice.
You're a bit...
Master Wyvern.
Oh, true. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get... It was made in the Outer Isles, far be... and is used exclusively. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to
一挥一杀的
each
抛弃
sword
式
is
武
made
器。
for that one perfect strike. There's a brutal sort...
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine. Why, they use a whetstone of whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the... But it is the final stone, a mineral quite foreign to this great realm of... And that is... Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to... Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors and a far more...
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion.
I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the uns...
And there are many other collectors out.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield. And is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I think his lordship is rather Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an int. Now, let's see what...
Clive.
I wasn't expecting, but it seems we still owe, and though I doubt it's what you...
A star, Ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat.
Something like that.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recent, probably knew that without his... Sid may have been the face of the... And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one... I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're... That, and you keep...
I suppose I do.
不是稍微近一点。
Ambrosia won't help me here. Let's go. Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
Over here!
Stay down!
All yours, Torgal! Get him!
Now, will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question, which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy. That feel good, boy.
There's talk
呃，
that the flood has finally spread to the world.
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you again.
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and Oil of Talc?
Milady, I come bearing it.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion. Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the
他有个儿
hideaway
子啊，
are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that. Gob will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
哪里有巨大水缸啊？不会是这里吧？等一下，我是不是应该先补个补给品？好像还可以。
Good girl.
就马上就给我一个。我狩猎哦，巨大水在上面。天明馆又是什么东西？
I can walk from here.
巨大水缸居然是遗迹啊！ 炸弹王。
Look what we have here.
虾米。
Greetings, Your Majesty.
All yours, Torgal.
哎，没按到，可恶！来，飘来飘去。哦。离开！居然在了！是说吉尔就在那里给他炸死啊？哎呀，这速度好快哦！ Oh, shit.
Kill! Get him! This one. All yours, Torgal. This one. Now, Torgal.
Oh, shit.
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. I should This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. If a wine needs more than this...
We need to find a way into Drake's tail. And we will. Together, this time.
Hugo Cook is dead, isn't he?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Goat. Still alive, so Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
还有6只 CCB 有 A 的，哇，哦 S。
And how may I assist you today?
Allow me to educate you.
新的旅程哦，好哦，新的旅程。
Here's the latest information I have.
造访，扫墓。OK。
Here you are. Thus ends today's lesson.
How are you doing? Oh, this time what I really... Quick look.
哦，还可以直接过去，
Think you can help?
真是
In
方
case
便。
you've forgotten, Twin Side's under siege. So don't be surprised if they pick you up.
I don't know where Sid gets the energy.
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not. Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much.
不愧是卡戎。
Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to... I forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him, forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This
小纸条。
is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather goat were at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
西德的高脚杯。
Mid told me she was building a ship.
I don't know where Sid gets the energy.
I noticed you and Torgal had got... So, that'll teach me for treating you like you All right, now we know what you're after, I can see.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
You can, aye. I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for...
I was just on my way to...
Ah, Clark, were you able to...
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us...
Very good.
Lady Karen sends it.
Ah. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's rope?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable the Fenrir of legend, and while the powers attributed to him are certain...
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has in short,
The icon's hitherto near at hand, and that number has only... One can but speculate as to how old...
He has seemed more...
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow...
Sorry for the wait, but hopefully he'll agree with...
You learned something about...
I did better than that.
Hey, a whetstone?
Yes.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the ground. One hit and all done. Might not be so bad if all you ever... Good luck on the battlefield.
Even so, is there...
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of... But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I reckon we get a dozen swords from... Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this... And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthian steel with an edge as sharp as any found. I won't make a copy now.
I'm sure the curse breaker just...
I'll be working day... Hey, I owe you one. August 2. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
You'll be happy to hear you said...
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the material.
Right.
时钟剑，我猜材料应该也是要打讨伐吧。
Clive, what do you want?
诶，我们只缺一个，只缺一个毛皮。还有一个叫钻石剑。OK， 接下来，有新的，这是那个回忆的物品。先去米德。
All right there, Sid? How's that hunt for...
I have it here.
That's the stuff. You're a gent, right then. There we have it. The Telemon Malembic. And it works just like the chief said it.
Very impressive.
Says the man who...
There's no need. The good it will...
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in.
What kind of...
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. See? I reckon if we slap...
Well...
That's
这
the
是
spirit.
增加上限容量上限吗？因为现在好像只能带4个跟3个吧。
It certainly feels more...
Right?
Thank you.
No. For supporting Mid and the rest of us in our... And I'm telling you.
哎，真的耶，哈哈哈。难怪是加好的任务。哇哦，6433。OK。刚好也没了，去买些吧。顺便去看一下收藏品。
Wish I could take one of our birds.
And what can I do for you? Coin purse weighing you down? You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
对，多了一个西德的高脚杯。哎，好，先到这边，把支线结一结了。